Hello everybody, we are Boxtail Soup Theatre Company. My name is Antonia, this is Noel, and this new member of the vlog this week is Mark. And this is another Boxtail Scoop. Excellent.
Mark did very well with no rehearsal. I'm a pro. I should also point out that this will be a whole year since we did the first vlog when we were working on Gulliver back in April 2020. So this is actually the...
This is the anniversary of vlog.
Exactly, this is the anniversary.
Cardboard cake or something.
Or a cardboard champagne bottle. Pop.
If you've been watching these videos for a while and enjoying them, please do give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, or possibly even subscribe.
We are here at the Everyman Theatre in Cheltenham for the end of the Research and Development Week on Gulliver's Travels that we've been doing, thanks to generous funding by the Arts Council. The production, though, was originally commissioned by the Clark Library, the Clark Memorial Library in Los Angeles, which is part of UCLA.
Yep.
And we were there doing Dorian Gray together, in fact, a few years ago, and they liked that and asked us whether we would be interested in adapting Gulliver's Travels. I think the lady who asked us originally was particularly interested in some of the bits that don't normally get covered, because she was saying Gulliver's Travels is normally just Lilliput and Brobdingnag.
Just Lilliput.
Usually just Lilliput, and if you're lucky, maybe you get the Land of the Giants, Brobdingnag.
So then she was sort of saying, I think it would be really interesting to see what you might do with the Yahoos and the
Hoonahims.
And they have, at the library, they have letters written by Jonathan Swift. So that was what the link in terms of what they wanted us to do and why they asked us to do that particular book.
Yes. So we have been working on the book, and we actually started a whole year ago, a year and a month ago, in fact, working on the script, on the adaptation, and we got slightly halted because of COVID, obviously. But in fact, we did spend some time in March.
Yeah, online developing the script.
Yeah.
Via Zoom.
Lots of Zoom sessions.
Yeah.
Because it's I think it's quite a tricky book. I think it's probably one of the trickiest ones that we've covered, mostly because it's written, it hasn't got any dialogue. There's no, we would normally start an adaptation by lifting all of the dialogue out of the book. And this one we couldn't do like that because there is no dialogue. And it's written from the point of view, obviously, of Jonathan Swift, almost like a travel journal.
Yeah, very much so.
Not Jonathan Swift.
Gulliver.
Gulliver.
Yeah. Sure, from a first person.
Yeah. Yes. So the first thing we had to do, I think, was try and work out what to do with that. So we still like to cut verbatim moments from the book. So we did do that, didn't we?
Yeah.
I feel. And then we tried to create dialogue around that.
And work out what are the main events of each land that we wanted to focus on. Because actually in a lot of the lands it's just a series of little events that he recounts. So we picked the ones we thought we could create the most beautiful pictures with and focused in on them.
The other difficulty, I think, with doing anything like this, and we've had it with other adaptations, I'd say, for example, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, where you've got a series of episodes that take place in different locations with a different set of characters that aren't necessarily really connected narratively, apart from the fact that it's the same protagonist, the same guy travelling through all these places. That is quite a challenge to make the whole thing feel kind of cohesive and satisfying.
Yeah, because you want to give each land its own feel, but you also want to sort of gel it together, which I guess is where the sea shanties come in.
Yeah.
In the sort of linking scenes.
So you want, I mean, we're working on an adaptation that's probably going to be, at most 75 minutes?
It's probably under, I would think, in the end, but we'll see.
Quite possibly under. So you've got to get some very, very different lands in. You've got to get the transition from one land to another. And you've also got to get some sense that there's a through line to the whole thing. So you get some sort of, satisfaction as an audience.
Yes, because it doesn't really have a beginning, a middle and an end in the same as a conventional
Each land
story.
does. In a way, but not the overall story.
So we wanted to give that feeling in some way, and we decided quite quickly, I think, that was going to be through Gulliver himself. So what journey are we taking that character on, emotionally or physically and whatever else?
Yeah, do you see any development in him? Do you see any change in him? What's the effect on him from the beginning to the end?
useful to see as well what puppets work,
Yeah.
what kind of scale of puppet might work, whether the Lilliputians we've made do the job that we want them to do. I think having had a bit of time with some of those puppets, there are some that maybe don't need, we made them so that they could walk independently. There's some maybe that don't need to do that.
Yeah.
There's we might change the shapes of them slightly, each individual one, so that you can see them better and without doing research and development, you wouldn't necessarily have the time to figure those things out.
Yeah, and it's having the time to sort of play with ideas, and we've worked with each other quite a lot in the past. So it means we can sort of jump straight into a way of working, and because of obviously COVID safety, we were able to bubble up this week, which us knowing each other helped, but it's the kind of what you have to do at the moment, isn't it?
The project was supposed to have a few more people. Supposed to have a year ago, and it's supposed to have a few more people working on it, but given the restraints with COVID, we had to be very careful that we were rehearsing for the first part of the week in the Boxtail Studio, which is a little smaller than the space here, and we couldn't safely have any more than 3 of us in there, and so we have had to kind of reduce it down, but we've tried to make the most of what we've done by making sure that we record everything, be able to watch back at what we've been doing on film, and then we've been able to come to the Everyman Theatre here in Cheltenham for the final 2 days, and they very kindly let us have the space to experiment a little bit further, so we were able to have extra people then helping us with lighting and the camera work and that kind of thing. So it's been very, very useful, and it is a luxury because we don't normally have it. We don't have it for every show where we have this dedicated time.
No, exactly. Yeah, just to experiment.
And we got to see we did a drawing and we made a set model out of pizza box card, but we finally got to see. We've kind of done a life-size model of the set out of, as you were saying, out of various recycling.
Which is the first time we've been able to do that, and that has been really useful.
Useful, because we can actually see that what we've drawn is going to work, and also the things that we might need to add to it, or certain tricks that need to happen.
Already bits and pieces that we've stuck on and added, and that we might not otherwise have thought up.
Thank you very much for watching. Live from the... No, it's not live.
That's staying in.
Oh, what? Thank you very much for watching, and please do like, subscribe, comment, etc. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Okay.
So it's ox, tail, scoop.
Scoop, that's what we do.
Box.
Yeah.
Tail.
Does everyone do everything?
Yeah.
Scoop. Yeah, we all do it together.
Perfect. Yeah.
That's hard choreography.
Isn't it?